Tennessee is wearing the Pat Summitt blue.
Love that classic look on a Friday night, getting things going here in the PMAC.
Paige Flickinger floats it to the right side, and that one is quickly put down from the middle. Quick attack by Caroline Kerr. She can score, and she's also known as one of the best setters in the league.
Kerr, a redshirt freshman, top 5 in the NCAA in assists per set. She's pacing this offense and has a lot of weapons at the pins.
So a 1-0 lead for Tennessee. Onwusi strikes it from left to right. Nice aim by Onwusi, and we are tied at 1. There's Eve Rackham-Watt in her 6th season as the Tennessee head coach. She has really shined with this program. 111 wins, 54 losses, and an ace recorded by LSU, a 2-1 lead for the Tigers.
Lynn, when you look back, 2017, Tennessee won just 12 matches, and they made a coaching change after spending 9 years at North Carolina. Coach Watt made an immediate impact on Rocky Top. She led the biggest turnaround in school history, from 12 wins to 26. Now they're a regular team in the NCAA tournament.
That's put down on the left side by Journey Robinson, and it was all set up by Eckert on a really, really fine swing. There's Tanya Johnson. Even after 54 matches at 27-27, and Onwusi continues to serve. We have lost the scoreboard here in the building. So the scoreboard is out in this particular building.
Coach Johnson said earlier this week, we have to win out to put ourselves in position to make the NCAA tournament. We play 4 matches in 8 days against good teams like Tennessee and Auburn. Lynn, Coach knows that's a tall order, but she said LSU is also capable of winning those matches.
Auburn is the opponent at 2 o'clock from Auburn on Sunday. LSU puts it down again. A good start by the Tigers, and the scoreboard is back in the building. It's 4-2.
Looks like some of that elevated play against South Carolina has stuck around. They beat the Gamecocks rather handily and got good contributions from Ellie Ector. Here's Emily Mitter with the service.
A 5'9" graduate student. LSU rejects that. And there is one of the best offensive players in the league, Morgan Fingo, a left-hander, and she'll strike it from the right side. This is her optimum position. She's awfully tough to handle.
Journey Robinson there on the outside. Roberson tried to come in with some help defense, but wasn't there in time. And the kill for Fingal, her first.
Ashlyn King serving.
We talked about LSU being good in the middle. Well, so's Tennessee.
Yep.
That was a nice quick set over the middle. Easy points.
Kiki Granberry getting it done.
Coach Rackham-Watt told us that the offense has always been there for Granberry. They were so impressed with her work on defense. She's now top 8 in the conference in blocks.
Well, she's a freshman, a middle blocker. She stands 6'3", and on that last strike, Garrett, she was looking right and hit it left. 5-4 Tennessee with 3 consecutive points. King puts it in play. A good sinking serve. Was that touched? No, it was not. Robinson hit it long.
LSU put up some points early here, and the Tigers need to get off to a fast start against Tennessee. They're 7-2 on the season when they take the first set. LSU just 4-10 when set 1 goes to the opponent.
Tennessee has won 5 consecutive matches. It hasn't lost in about a month, and over the course of those 5 matches, they've only lost 4 sets.
That's really impressive. And this is a team that last year, in 15 matches on the road, only won 5 of them. This year, they totally turned it around. Coach Rackham-Watt told us that it's that toughness and that experience that has led them to go 10-1 away from Thompson Bowling this season.
And those are the 2 words that she repeatedly said. Toughness. She said this group is extremely good at turning bad things into good things, and also experience. She says she's got a lot of leadership. Tigers, on a couple of occasions, playing very good defense in this sequence. Fingal is rejected. They'll go to the other side. The tip shot does not fool the Tigers. Long rally in progress.
The Tigers come away with a point. Aaron Carmichael's earlier save helped key it.
No doubt, Mitter sets Roberson, but can't sneak it in, and that's hit long, it appeared, and that gives the final point of a long rally to Tennessee. That was an impressive rally on both sides. The Tennessee prevails.
Abby Eckler from the Dallas area by way of Flower Mound into serve. Let that go out. Great job by LSU coming from back of the attack line. Jordan Robinson getting involved off the back row and getting the point.
Number 5 in gold is one of the most offensive-minded freshmen in the league and in the country. LSU down by a point first set against Tennessee, 7-6. LSU can ill afford to give points away.
Carmichael with the first service error of the game for the Tigers.
And Tennessee will ask Fingal to put it in play. And she results in a point, 9-6. Interestingly enough, this Tennessee team, the success this year has come because it's scoring on 67% of its opponent's serves and 47% of its own serves. But when you are able to turn opponent serves into points as the receiving team that often, that's almost automatic routine success.
3/4 of the time you're able to come away with points off your opponent's serve is pretty impressive. Also impressive is that big finish there for Dimps from the right side. Let's watch her finish here. Just past the double block and gets it to find a little real estate.
She saw the opening and cranked it home. Both teams attacking at a pretty good clip right now. That last smash provided by Raven Chase, and there's a story behind her, isn't there?
Chase is very, very talented. Transferred in from Eastern Michigan, 3 seasons in a row of 100-plus blocks. She's offense right there, though. Somebody who didn't start the season really in the starting lineup, but she has worked her way into position. She was not really a factor in the first game against LSU earlier this season.
She is a Canadian from Toronto.
Nice ball control there by the Tigers on the back row, and it leads to points.
And Woosie with the swing in the middle. Tennessee leading, but LSU gritty in the early going, trailing by 2, 10-8, and Flickinger will serve for more as that Woosie finishes. Flickinger is directed where to serve it.
Big overhand smash there by Raven Chase.
11-8, Tennessee by 3. The libero serving. Jelianis Torres from Vega Baja, Puerto Rico.
Torres is a real talent for Tennessee. Over 4 digs a set. That's good for 4th in the conference. She's played in every set for the Vols. And there's another smash through the block.
That's blasted off Hector, and it goes out of bounds, and it's Tennessee now with its biggest lead of 12-8.
I asked Coach Rackamwatt when she knew that Jay Torres was an SEC caliber talent. She said last year when Bowling Green was beating her Vols 3-1.
Flickinger cannot handle the serve on the back row, an ace for Tennessee, and a 13-8 lead in the first set. And Tanya Johnson will take a timeout right here. 3 aces for the Lady Vols in the early going. And we'll step aside. Tennessee has moved to a 5-point lead in the first set against LSU. Tennessee up by 5. This is the biggest lead in the first set for the Lady Vols. Morgan Fingal, only 1 kill so far, but she will be pivotal in this Tennessee offense, and her recognition this year is extensive.
Coach Watt said Fingal was one of the first recruits she reached out to when she arrived at Tennessee. She'd actually seen Fingal playing as a freshman in high school and made a note that she was talented. When she came to Tennessee later after leaving North Carolina, she looked at those notes, and the rest, All-American history.
National Player of the Week, many times other awards in the SEC. And Tennessee serving for more. It has scored on 47% of its serves this year. That is off the blocker. Ector cranks it home for Tennessee, and LSU needed that point to stop that Tennessee run.
Coming out of the timeout, the Tigers draw it within 4. Tennessee attacking at a 460 clip right now. LSU's offense up to 263. Just 2 attacking errors so far to start the match.
Onwusi at the service line. She has 1 ace. And LSU gets another point off an Onwusi serve. Onwusi started volleyball in the 7th grade. I asked her what people don't know about her. She says, well, I'm a pretty good dancer and a pretty good singer.
In the days of NIL, she should monetize that. That one almost hit the bottom of the video board.
And it's poked home. Some nice touch from the left pin. That's Moore, Janasia Moore.
This is textbook right here. She saw the opportunity, goes for the roll shot, and finds the open spot on the floor.
Point LSU. You know, going back to those individual awards, Garrett, and we're talking about cumulative awards now for Tennessee. They've had 6 times a Freshman of the Week, 4 times a Player of the Week, 4 times an Offensive Player of the Week, 4 times a Defensive Player of the Week, and 2 times a Setter of the Week. That's a lot of awards spread out among a lot of people.
One of the benefits of scheduling really tough in the non-conference play and playing as well as they did. They took on #1 Wisconsin in Madison, took the Badgers to 5 sets, and in the 5th set, it was 15-13, a very competitive match. Again, a very good team on the road. Nice shot into the back corner there. Again, Janasia Moore with the kill. Moore, the graduate out of Germantown, Maryland, puts her team back up by 4.
First set action coming your way from Baton Rouge. Mitter sets Robinson.
Great reaction there.
LSU rejects Fingal. Mitter with the set. Robinson, I beg your pardon. LSU is striking it down. That was a very fine hit from Alexis Roberson.
Love seeing her get involved in the middle. Good reaction there. And then the quick set by LSU. And Roberson, who's attacking at a 250 clip this year, averages over a kill per set. She's getting involved here against the Vols.
Journey Robinson floats that one to the corner. Point Tennessee.
Kiki Granberry again before she rotates out, just dominating through the middle.
Some folks might be asking, why is Tennessee wearing powder blue? Well, there's a story behind it. It's called Pat Summitt Blue. There was a time when Tennessee could not get a women's basketball jersey in the orange color.
Oh, wow.
So Pat Summitt picked that blue, and that was their alternate color for years and years and years, this blue they're wearing. They also have a smoky gray. They have a dark mode, which was formerly anthracite or dark gray. And, of course, they've got the Summit Blue in honor of Pat Summit and the 50th anniversary of Title IX last year.
Lynn, I've got the highest level of respect for Pat Summit and what she did for the game. All the student athletes today that have a practice facility, they're chartering on jets. They've got all these nutritionists helping them out. Pat Summit made that possible.
Speaking of charter flights, that's the way Tennessee got here. And they will go on to Texas A&M and play this weekend. That was not touched. And a miss hit by LSU. It sailed very long. Miss hit by Sinead Dodson, the graduate student. She's concluding her LSU career, number 9 in gold. LSU 4 points behind. Tennessee serving for more, leading 17-13 first set.
Tigers trying to get Dotson involved here. She has more than 1,000 career kills. Here's another attempt. She's somebody who can pile up 3-4 kills per set. Tough reception there for Carmichael, and it goes into the stands. Tennessee building on their lead.
Giuliani's Torres, the libero, has done an outstanding job on several occasions, turning near points into saves for Tennessee. She's been really good defensively. Robinson from the back row.
Tennessee out of system, gets it across.
That was set behind Robinson, but it works out for LSU. Robinson had to adjust in the air, but she was able to get it over.
A lot of velocity on that last kill attempt by Journey Robinson. She leads all players in the match with 5 kills now from the attack line. And they're just not able to handle that one. That one was Kerr, their setter.
Maddie Walk, a sophomore, putting it in play now for LSU. That's hammered home by Erica Lovett from Noonan, Georgia, just outside Atlanta. 5'11" outside hitter. She's a junior.
Lovett good for third on the team. 207 kills, almost 3%.
There is a lot of balance in talent in a variety of ways on this Tennessee team. There's a pretty good example for it. The pin swing by Raven Chase.
Beautiful footwork there on the slide. Watch her go from the middle on the set. Runs half the court and finds the open spot just in front of Carmichael.
And did you see the way Tennessee was able to use the entire court? It is 18 meters long, 9 meters wide, and they went from one side to another with a really nice pass and a really good set. And when we talked to Tennessee coaches about the strength of their team, they were very, very happy about the way they receive serves and the way they pass. And when you can do that well, that's the first step toward a lot of success.
That's a big reason that you have a redshirt freshman as a setter and you're still hitting 300 as a team. They've been so aggressive from the pins. They're able to score through the middle with players like Chase, who really wasn't a big contributor early on, but she's come on strong this last month, averaging almost 2 kills and a block per set. Had a really good match against Arkansas. 13 kills, 5 blocks against the top 10 Razorbacks.
Well, there is a connection between Jill Wilson, you see her there, the LSU assistant coach in the middle of the screen. There's a connection between Jill and Eve Rackham-Watt. Jill Wilson, in just her second year after graduating from LSU, found herself as an assistant coach at North Carolina, and Eve Rackham-Watt, the Tennessee coach, was in her senior year at North Carolina. They had that coaching player relationship, and have carried it on through many, many years now as very good friends. So they had a really good visit before this match. But interesting that that Wilson, and by the way, that team went deep into the playoffs that year. Wilson, in only her second year, joining forces, so to speak, with Eve Rackham-Watt, and all these years later, they're on the other side of the court.
Jill's a great recruiter, has more than 20 years of experience working in the SEC, ACC, and Big Ten. And Lynn, you'll remember she was Coach Johnson's first hire after getting the LSU job.
Yep. Tennessee, and we talked about it earlier, scoring on 67% of opponent serves. Tonight, that number is 80%. It's almost impossible to lose when you turn in that kind of a number.
Again, out of system there. Tennessee pushes across.
Dodson. And Woosie was rejected, the block by Tennessee. Tennessee is not the biggest team in the league, but it is a good blocking team. Make no mistake about it.
Yeah, they're top 6 in the conference, and this was just kind of telegraphed that it was going to Onwusi. She makes the turn. They've got hands in her face. Comes right back down on LSU's side.
Dodson. Yes, for the Tigers. LSU needed it. Tennessee was first to 20. It's now first to 21, but the Tigers are 6 back. And Dodson, who's a good server, will try to cut into this Lady Vols lead. First set action from Baton Rouge.
Dodson graduated this spring with a degree in mass communications.
And she hits it very long. So a misplay on the serve, and Tennessee gets a gift and moves its lead to 22-15. Torres serving. Walk, sets up Dodson. Torres able to dig it. And a violation of some sort. Yeah, double hit. Double contact by Tennessee.
When we talked with Coach Johnson earlier this week, she said challenging LSU to serve tough against all these weapons that Tennessee has is what she had to do. She said the Vols possess these good pin hitters, these 2 new middles that didn't play much in the earlier matchup. They need to put the ball away at a higher rate too. These service errors not helping them out.
Anita Onwusi with the ace. That's her third. She says her second favorite sport is basketball, and her career ambition is to become a pediatric physical therapist.
We've talked about her athleticism before. She's somebody that can touch over 10.5 feet with her jumps, well over the top of a NBA basket. She came into the match, Lynn, with 20 aces on the year. She's matched a season high now with 3 here against the top 10 Lady Vols.
You know, talking about those heights, the top of the net is 7 feet 4 1/8 inch in the women's game. LSU survives the overpass, at least for the moment. LSU digging deep defensively, keeps it alive at least momentarily, and it was touched by LSU. Point to Tennessee, and we come to set point 24-17.
Morgan Finkel with just her second kill here in the first set, but no better time for it.
Caroline Kerr, the redshirt freshman setter, and she's a good one, will be serving for the first set victory. Dodson with the big swing from the left pin. So LSU avoids defeat with that swing. Still much work to do. Trailing 24-18 in the first set. Emily Mitter puts it in play for the Tigers. And there it is, the first set winning swing by Moore. Janasia Moore with a big swing finds the deep middle of the court. The Tigers hung tough for a while, but Tennessee stretched the lead and won it relatively easily.
Double-digit kills, including 11 in SEC play. We'll see how high she can pump that number up tonight.
Tennessee starts with an ace. It comes from the libero. That's the 4th ace by Tennessee. And this one found the court off the hand of Jelianis Torres.
Torres played for Daniela Tomic, who Coach Watt worked with at FIU. And when she entered the transfer portal last year, Coach Tomic said great things about her. That cleared her for Coach Rackham Watt. She was going to be a volunteer.
We are even at 1.
LSU fans from way back would remember that Tomic was an assistant under Fran Flory in the early 2000s.
Here's Anita Onwusi. Back row attack. Robinson, that's long. And not touched by Tennessee. Caroline Kerr has really burst on the scene as a redshirt freshman and a wonderful setter. The Lady Vols come up with another point. 12 assists in the first set for Kerr. You can see the defensive work. Kerr serves it off of Eckert, and that's an ace. Hector not able to handle that deep.
Kerr came in leading the team with 26 aces on the campaign. She's approaching 1,000 assists.
Robinson. That's tooled off the blocker, and Robinson ends the run by Tennessee. Kill number 8 for Journey Robinson. One of the most impactful freshmen in the league and in the country.
Robinson had 14 kills in the early wins against Bama and South Carolina. Had a career high 23 in back-to-back matches against UCLA.
That's blocked. Tennessee assumes a 5-2 lead in the second set after winning the first set 25-18. Here's Ashlyn King out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, a suburb of Nashville.
She is also an ace machine. 24 on the year, second on the balls.
LSU comes back with a much-needed point. Second set action from the Maravich Assembly Center on the campus of LSU. Thank you for joining us on the SEC ESPN Network.
Would love to see Alexis Robertson get more involved. 3 kills. Attacking at over 700 right now.
And Robinson just mishit that one. You don't often see a serve go that far wide. Long, yes, but not necessarily wide.
Coach Johnson there saying, is that 3 or 4 service errors? It's 3 for the Tigers. She told us earlier in the week, you really have to serve tough against Tennessee, not let them serve everything up.
Dodson. Saved on the far sideline. This is what Tennessee does so well. And finally cranks one home.
Eckler, the DS, sets this one to love it. And Erica puts it away. Eckler had a nice save in out of bounds. Brought it back, and terminating through the double block is Lovett, the junior.
Eckler serving right now. And Tennessee is starting to take control at the net. It's an 8-3 lead by the Volunteers. And LSU is going to take a timeout here as they have fallen behind by 5 after the first 11 points. So we'll take a timeout as well. We step aside with Tennessee leading by 5 in the second set after capturing the first set.
Cool pants. Cool pants.
Advantage of LSU right now, piling up 4 of those aces, make it 5 for the Lady Vols. They've been able to go on the back line. They've kept them short as well, and right now LSU not receiving as well as they need to in SEC play.
Here's a number that might knock your socks off. Tennessee has had 37 attacks so far in the first 2 sets. How many errors do you think they've had? 0.
Whoa. The Lady Vols have 1 service error. Other than that, they've been pretty perfect.
Robinson leaves her feet to save it. And Dotson finds an open spot in the middle of the back row. That is her second kill. A much-needed point for LSU.
Dotson, a lot like Journey Robinson, has incredible hops there. Just sends that over the double block, finds the open room behind the line.
And we've talked about Journey Robinson the whole year, the impact she's had offensively, but she is an underrated defensive player as well. Too much SWAT by Tennessee. Guess who? Fingal, right side, the left-hander slams it down. And she is serving. (9-4). Now 9-5. Dodson with an angle shot with pace. That left a little dent in the floor.
2 kills in the last 3 swings, and Dotson's heating up here. Draws LSU within 4. We were just talking about Journey Robinson. Coach Johnson told us that she wants to be great, and that the 6'1" freshman's been putting in the work since stepping on campus. 20 matches with double-digit kills, but she's come in for extra practice on defense. Tanya loves her energy. They both remind each other to have fun every match.
Onwusi gets it done in the middle, and Maddie Walk will serve again. Walk is a political science and business major. She wants to become a political analyst, and she says the person she would most like to meet is Winston Churchill.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I don't think a lot of college athletes would say Winston Churchill, but obviously she takes her academics seriously.
Pretty good on the court as well. She's led the LSU offense to nearly 13 kills per set this season, but obviously a bright future ahead of her.
A 4-point lead for Tennessee, serving for more, and the overpass results in an easy point for the Lady Vols. Boy, that's like putting a heavy hors d'oeuvre in front of a guy who hasn't eaten in 3 days. That is long. Service error. 1 of 2 tonight by Tennessee.
Maybe I'll just take this moment and ask you, if you could have dinner with anyone, who would it be, Lynn Rollins?
Maybe my wife. Point LSU. Four aces for the Tigers. Here's Paige Flickinger. She played beach volleyball last year. She's going back to the beach after the indoor season is over. Wow. That is a big swing, and you actually heard it before you saw it. Mackenzie Plante, her 6th kill.
Nice angle there. Takes advantage of LSU right in front of the net.
I beg your pardon, that was Chase, Raven Chase. Chase has 6 kills. And now another one. That's a point to Tennessee. The Tigers kept playing it. But Raven Chase can really crank some heat, can't she?
She's done a nice job of just keeping Tennessee ahead for the majority of this match.
Jelianis Torres is serving from Puerto Rico. Another ace. That one was sinking in front of Flickinger on the back row. Tennessee's got a plan in the service game. That's 3 aces for Torres. Point Tigers.
That's Flickinger. Coach Johnson said that not training with the indoor program for a few months while she played beach meant she had to kind of play catch up and get back to the speed of the indoor game, but she's had some nice outings lately. Her first double-double of the year, 12 kills and a season-high 17 digs against Ole Miss.
It was at mid-season when she started contributing to the Tigers on an every-match basis, and Onwusi contributes another ace. That's 4 for her. Onwusi says kinesiology is her favorite class at LSU. Watch out. A terrific effort by Caroline Kerr. She slid under the chairs and on the sideline, and there was no chance for anybody to come over and help her. A misplay by Tennessee, and LSU now has pulled her within 2.
LSU sidelines are hype right about now.
14-12, the Tigers will try to get a point closer.
Again, a season high for Onwusi now, 5 aces.
Onwusi serving with her team down by a set as we play in the second set, and Onwusi misses that one long.
How tough is Caroline Kerr? She slides into the chairs here and immediately pops up. And a freshman setter for Tennessee not leaving the court.
Robinson bangs it off the libero. It's in play. And a block by Ellie Ector. Ellie Ector is another player who really started emerging at mid-season for LSU. And she has been pivotal in a lot of the success that the Tigers have had over the last month or so.
Takes advantage there with the block at the net. She had 13 kills against South Carolina on Sunday. That's a new high for her. Double-digit kills in 3 of her last 4 matches.
Tennessee leading by 2 after leaping to a pretty good start in the second set. But LSU has pulled it back within a pair. Well, Ector in the last 5 games, 9, 13, 13, 6, and 13 kills. And a hitting percentage, a very good one in all but the match at Ole Miss, although she did have 13 kills in that particular match. But Ector, and there is numerical evidence of it, really a factor over the last 5 games.
And she's done a nice job coming off injury, missed most of last season. Now she's averaging almost 2 kills per set, the sophomore out of Full Shear, Texas, really turning it up here in the 2023 season. It's
going to be interesting to see how she progresses as a junior and as a senior. There's a lot of good volleyball in play for Ector, and we'll see how she continues her career. Let's see what number 16 can contribute in the next couple of years at LSU.
I think the level of recruits coming in are going to be improved around her as well. The sky's the limit for this program with the support that they get, the talent that Coach Johnson has recruited over the years and is bringing to Baton Rouge. It'll be fun to see.
Well, somebody also fun to see is Raven Chase, the other 16. Raven Chase has had some big swings.
Chase, who was not a big factor in the earlier match against LSU, has come in and is leading her team on offense. 6 kills. She's also thrown in a block, hitting almost 900. They've got to find a way to neutralize the 6'5" presence when she's on the court.
Well, stop the presses. Tennessee has committed 2 errors in this set after going 37 straight swings without one. Robinson. Man, these teams are just trading heavy body punches right now. 15-14. LSU within 1 of a tie in the second set.
You think you've seen the end of the rally with Plante when she laid out to save it, and then the big finish by Robinson.
Carmichael sets Robinson. That's blocked right back off the face of Carmichael. It's still alive.
Flickinger with a good reaction to keep it alive.
And that time, no answer. No answer at all for Fingal.
Fingal at 6'1", has that great vision. You're going to see her rise up and find the open space between Flickinger and Carmichael and hit it with precision around the double block.
And a nice quick back set to her. It's 16-14. LSU has pulled to within 2, actually 1 before the last point.
She's approaching top 5 all-time in kills with the Lady Vol program.
Tennessee strong at the net. The Lady Vols are not the most physically imposing team in the league. There are 3 or 4 others who bring more size. But what Tennessee does extremely well, very sound in all phases of the game at all positions on the court.
Well, the pin hitters are just fantastic. When you take a look at Fingal and Janae Jamor, they're both top 7 in the conference in kills, and another finish there by Morgan Fingal. You throw in the middles, though, and players like Raven Chase, who's really come on as of late, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the NCAA tournament.
Well, Chase has 6 kills, Moore has 6 kills, Fingal has 5, Lovett 4, Granberry 3, so they get good production from more than 1 or 2 people. LSU with a point, and a much needed point, 18-15. LSU down only by 3 in the second set. Robinson will be serving again.
Journey approaching 10 kills here in the match, hitting .333. A handful of digs on her ledger.
She had 7 kills in the first set. Robinson diving for it, but can't keep it in play. She was flailing away, desperately trying to give a teammate a chance.
The back set by Kerr to Fingal. How many times have they run that play? And again, they do it to success.
Abby Eckler will serve from Flower Mound, Texas.
Eckler's father is a linebackers coach for the Tennessee Volunteer Football Program. LSU did not touch that last attempt. So a point for Tigers. That one off the hands of Plante.
Speaking of football connections, how about LSU's Sanae Dodson? Her father is Santana Dodson, former outstanding defensive lineman in the NFL with the Green Bay Packers and Tampa Bay, where he was Defensive Rookie of the Year. So Sanae Dodson's dad, Santana Dodson, certainly a wonderful NFL career.
Not a lot of kids grow up and their dad has a Super Bowl ring. Sanae can claim it.
Tennessee leading by 4, and there's a service error. LSU will gladly take it to get to 17. Ector rejoins the lineup, and Maddie Walk will serve. You can't defend that. When Raven Chase on that slide step gets the perfect set, it is nearly all the time a point. That's her 7th kill. Watch this again. You hear this one just explode off her hand. She snapped that wrist and drove it deep between defenders. LSU will be happy to take that service error. 21-18 now. Second set, Tennessee leading.
LSU within range. Tigers have to rally here and try and come back over the top of Tennessee. LSU is 0-7 on the year when losing the first 2 sets.
Dodson celebrated her 23rd birthday earlier this month. Her nickname is Noodle. She wants to work in sports public relations or broadcasting. And her superstition? Always with gum in her mouth.
Took a little something off of that. They keep going after Jay Torres. Flickinger and Onwusi were in position there, but it falls on LSU's side.
Lady Vols need 3 to win. And LSU trails by 3. Jelianis Torres serving. Dotson, nice big. And the push shot gets Tennessee out of rhythm for a moment. Torres with a dig. LSU cannot keep it alive as Fingal just came sailing from nowhere and just pushed that one in play. And Tennessee leads by 4 with 2 points to go. And another timeout on the court here in the second set.
The Lady Vols for the set attacking at 4:24. And Lynn, their offense and the choices they're making have really kept LSU's offense out of system. Tigers wanted to have some quick sets through the middle, get Onwusi and her high kill percentage involved. They haven't been able to do that here, now trailing by 4. Credit to Tennessee and Coach Rackham Watt.
You know, interestingly enough, one of the 2 losses in the league by Tennessee came at the hands of Kentucky, and that was a 3-0 shutout. A few weeks later, Tennessee came back and shut out Kentucky 3-0. Tennessee still has a chance to win the regular season in the SEC.
Well, you know, they're 12-2 in league play. Kentucky, after beating Texas A&M earlier yesterday, they're 14-1 in league play. They've got to try and win out and still have a chance to win the Southeastern Conference. Lynn, let's take a look at the AVCA Top 25.
Well, you see Tennessee. These are from the SEC. Tennessee ranked 8th. Arkansas just a couple of notches behind with a 23-4 record. Then you've got perennial power Kentucky, the only team from the SEC to win a national championship. And Florida 16-7 as well. These are overall records. And those 4 obviously will be among the field in the NCAA championship tournament.
Auburn's just outside the top 25, currently receiving votes. They'd be number 27, so 5 really quality teams in the Southeastern Conference.
Auburn is the next opponent for LSU. It's Sunday in Neville Arena at 2 o'clock. SEC standings, Kentucky a 1-game lead in the loss column over Arkansas and Tennessee. Still anything could change there. Missouri in good shape. There's Florida, Auburn, and Texas A&M all near the middle. And then Georgia, LSU,
tied for
followed
8th.
by Mississippi State, South Carolina, Ole Miss, and Alabama winless.
Kentucky still has matches left with Missouri, Arkansas, and Florida. The Lady Vols finish with 3 of 4 on the road. What a shot!
Robinson was like a bowling ball on the head pin of the libero. Robinson put a pop knot on that opponent. You know, all these teams, too, are jammed up. LSU will play 4 matches in 8 days. Auburn's got 3 in 5 days. And most of the league in this last week to 10 days to 2 weeks has a significant portion of their SEC schedule ahead of it. This is something that every SEC coach that I've talked with over the last couple of years wants to change. What they want is more time in the summer. There's only 2 weeks to get ready for the season. That's by legislation. They would like another week, at least maybe 2, to go ahead and have a longer summer run-up to the start of the season. They also would like the season to extend maybe a week more and spread the games out, because that's a lot of action at the end of the year during the regular season. And, of course, a tournament will be held starting next year, which is going to elongate the season even more. So basically these coaches want more time to prepare and more time at the end of the year.
Yeah, they'll bring in the tournament with the addition of Texas and Oklahoma to the Southeastern Conference. And, Lynn, the majority of teams at the end of the year are going to be playing 4 matches in the last 8 days of the regular season. That's tough on any student-athlete.
Let's look at what's upcoming. Here's LSU's schedule. At Auburn on Sunday, and then Georgia and Mississippi State. So LSU will be home against Georgia on Wednesday and then close out the regular season in Starkville on November 25th.
LSU's most quality win on the season in league play would likely be Missouri. The Tigers are currently top 4 in the standings, as you just saw. And if LSU could somehow come back here against Tennessee and start a run, they could be 10-8 in conference play, over 500 overall, and eligible for the NCAA postseason.
Onwusi serving. LSU has 7 points. When Onwusi serves, that leads the team. She also has 6 of LSU's 7 aces on the evening. Let's see if she can pull LSU closer. Tennessee leading 23-20. Onwusi keeps it alive. Robinson pushes it deep. And that's hammered home. Janasia Moore.
Even in slow motion, this ball is going to explode off
sir.
of her hand. Great placement there just before the back line.
Kerr serving for the second set. They're not going to get it on that. Kerr sailed that one way long.
That gives LSU a window here in the second set.
They're going to have to score 3 straight points to extend it. Emily Mitter has the task in front of her. A block. Roberson and Robinson were there. That is so difficult, and they snuffed it.
Mitter's like having a second setter on the floor for LSU's offense
Still
right now.
work to be done. 24-22. That's touched by Carmichael, and the swing from the left side results in the set-winning point for Tennessee. LSU was a bit scrappier, losing the first set 25-18, this one 25-22, but nonetheless, the Lady Vols are 1 set away from winning in Baton Rouge. We talked about Morgan Fingal's appropriateness to this game in the Open, and we'll talk about her right now because she has heated up.
A preseason All-SEC first-teamer Morgan Fingal leading the way, hitting over 300 in the match, 7 kills, just 1 attacking error. She has filled up the stat sheet, 4 digs as well. Her presence at the net from the right side has been tough for LSU to handle. You see the elevation and the big finish by the southpaw. And the all-time records, she's starting to approach top 5. You see Brightman, Wilson, Chappell, Fowler, and Shoemaker just ahead of her. Before the regular season is over, she will be top 5 with a bullet career kills for this Lady Vols program.
Well, this season, Fingal leads the Lady Vols with 20 double-digit kill games, and she's had 81 of them in her career. That's a whole lot.
She's done a great job, and I love it when a senior comes back for a 5th year. That's what she chose to do. They took advantage of that COVID year and has really helped make the SEC one of the strongest conferences in the NCAA with players like her returning.
Let's see if the Tigers can stave off elimination. Serving with Dodson doing the honors. And Tennessee smacks it home. That is Raven Chase. Nevermore.
An Edgar Allan Poe reference in an LSU volleyball match. I've seen it all.
That's headed this way. An ace. LSU not able to handle it from the libero spot. Aaron Carmichael got a hand on it, but never got the platform set. And the other libero, Jelianis Torres, is serving. Just too much power by this Tennessee team. Kiki Granberry blasting it home. 6'3" freshman middle blocker from Winter Garden, Florida. Oh, the overpass is going to set up Granberry again.
Granberry had an outstanding freshman year, led the Vols in blocks, named to the SEC All-Freshman team, but right here, it's all offense. She rose up with that birthday ball and took advantage. Now 5 kills, attacking better than 700 in the match.
4-0 Tennessee out of the gate in the 3rd set. That's touched by the Vols. The swing by Journey Robinson, and LSU breaks the 4-0 run.
took on Granbury there and won that match. Robinson showing off the athleticism and the rise.
That's 12 kills for her. She leads everybody.
Anita Onwusi has set a new career high with 6 aces. Her previous high was 4 against Bama earlier this year.
Point Tigers. Onwusi is a pretty good crocheter. That time she hit the net after 2 points on her serve. LSU has more points off Onwusi serves than any other player tonight. That's blocked to a wide open back row. LSU had everybody huddled around on the left side.
See the replay here. 5 Tigers at the attack line or in front of it. Leaves a lot of open space there.
Yep.
Tennessee takes advantage.
6-2 Lady Vols.
4.5 blocks for Tennessee, 2 for LSU through the match. Give him another.
Yep, Robinson doesn't get rejected like that very often, but Tennessee snuffed it. And LSU will take a timeout because Tennessee has moved to a 7-2 lead early in the third set. Watch Tennessee here at the net. Rejection and a 5-point lead early. We'll step aside with the Lady Vols looking to win set number 3.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future.
6 years at Texas with Coach Johnson. Served as a manager and a grad assistant. Prior to LSU, he was the recruiting coordinator at North Florida. And Ashley Shook, the newest assistant, was elevated from volunteer to full-time this season. She was previously a player at Texas.
Sometimes numbers don't tell the whole story, Garrett, but this is an indication where they do. Tennessee is undefeated this season when it has a higher hitting percentage than its opponent. It's hitting .418 right now. Tennessee is undefeated when it has 3 players hitting .300 or better. Right now they've got 5 in that category. And Tennessee is 16-0 when it has more blocks than the opponent, and it's leading 5-2 in that category. So all the numbers right now are favoring Tennessee based on its history.
I mean, those numbers are undeniable, too. Very strong numbers by Tennessee. The thing that stood out to me, they had 0 errors in the first set and committed 5 in the second and still hit over .300. This is an offense that terminates at such a high level and puts pressure on the other team to be perfect. Tough to get a win against Tennessee in 23.
Ashlyn King from Murfreesboro, Tennessee is serving. Robinson, whammo. That's whack-a-mole. Robinson with 13 kills, a baker's dozen. That's 3 more than Moore, who has 10 for Tennessee.
Fingal again, too tough to handle from the right side. 2 Tigers in front of her across the net. Her ability to raise up and finish here has put LSU in a hole.
And the set does not have to be perfect for Fingal. She has the ability to adjust in the air. That is a really fine strike by Sinead Dodson.
Emily Mitter now setting for LSU, working in front of the attack line. Mitter recently picked up her 2,000th career assist after transferring in from Campbell.
4 kills for Dodson and a beauty on the last swing. 9-5 Tennessee, looking to close out LSU in 3 sets. On Woosie, checks back into the lineup and replaces Alexis Roberson.
Mitter actually got in that win over South Carolina on Sunday. She had 24 assists, leading the offense to the victory.
That one found the side stripe. Mitter was diving for it but couldn't get it.
That happened right in front of us, Lynn. That was pretty close.
Yes. Let's take a look at the action from the end zone. This is one of my favorite angles. You can see every player on the court, the movement on the ball as it's being served, and you get a perspective like none other. Next time you're at a volleyball match, go to the end zone and watch it for a while. I think you'll enjoy it.
You probably saw Kerr right there with the quick set to the outside, and LSU's middle couldn't recover. Big put away there by Chase.
Tennessee by 6. Let's look at it from the end zone again with Morgan Fingal serving. And that one sails long. LSU puts Ellie Ector back in. And Maddie Walk is serving.
Back-to-back points for LSU lets it cut the lead to 4. Walk has gotten pretty comfortable leading LSU's offense this year, averaging better than 8 assists. She's second on the team with 22 aces. We'll see what she authors here.
She says her superstition is listening to the same songs prior to every match. She started playing volleyball at age 9.
Did you ask her what's on her playlist?
I didn't. I wouldn't have recognized it anyway. I'm quite sure.
You know, I think if the person you want to have dinner with the most or meet the most is Winston Churchill, she might have some older favorites on there.
Well, she might.
An old soul.
Her favorite sport is Formula One racing, by the way. Well, LSU down 12-7. Third set. Ace off the tape on Woosie. Got a hand on it, but couldn't control it. It's been all Tennessee tonight. Tennessee will play Texas A&M later this weekend. And they're going to fly there after this game on their charter. Rejection at the net. A big swing by Dotson. But that one was sent back from whence it came.
Lady Vols winning the battle of blocks. They have 8 aces. That is not a season high for the team, though. They had 11 earlier this year against Mississippi State in the win.
Point to LSU, but a good effort defensively, especially by Fingal. Tigers need to string points together right here. Tennessee in control, winning the first 2 sets and up by 6 in the second one.
Coach Rackham Watt and the Lady Vols chasing their first SEC regular season championship since 2005.
We talked about Rackham Watt's association, and she was a heck of a setter in college at North Carolina.
She has just issued our match's first challenge.
We'll see what happens here.
On the joust, that comes back. You see the wrist of the Tennessee player did touch the top of the tape.
That's what they'll be looking for.
LSU's Maddie Walk did not have the bottom of her forearms touch the net.
I don't think this is going to take long.
This is one of the 5 reviewable plays in the NCAA challenge system.
LSU will have the call overturned. Point Tigers. And you could clearly see the video evidence that showed the Tennessee player had touched the net in the follow to the joust. Dodson serving. Good sinking serve. Woo!
The reception on LSU's serve was perfect. So was the pass. And when Fingal can rise up that easy, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to stop this.
That misses. LSU gets a much-needed point. The Tigers reinsert Alexis Roberson into the lineup.
We mentioned Tennessee looking for their first regular season championship. That's since 2011. The Vols went 19-1 in the league that year, 28-4 overall, and Rob Patrick was named SEC Coach of the Year. It's great to see them in position, again, with that dynamic offense. Some things can happen over the last 3 or 4 matches that give them a piece of the SEC regular season crown. Certainly a team that's deserving of a win.
Carmichael comes right back in and replaces Jade Demps. We have not heard a lot from her offensively tonight. LSU will get the point. That was touched by Tennessee.
Demps is one of those players for LSU you'd love to see get involved. 3rd in kills, averaging better than 2%, but right now, Coach Rackham Watt talking with the officials. And typically, you need to send a player. But just a quick word. Might not have been arguing a play, per se.
This is Mitter setting it. And Demps off the blocker gets the point. Well, Mitter will go back and serve again. She's a vegetarian. She started volleyball at age 6. Her favorite class is animal behavior. She wants to work in marine conservation. And let me finish the story on her, because she has a very specific favorite food. Spicy lentil wraps from Trader Joe's and vegan donuts.
Baton Rouge is a tough town to be a vegetarian in, buddy.
Yes, it is.
But it's a great city to study marine science. The water community right downtown by the bridge. Nice finish by Robinson there.
Indeed it was. 15 kills for the freshman.
The set by Mitter. That one's off the hands of Fingal.
Let's see if Robinson can get on a service run. LSU down by 4. Nope. Suddenly down by 5 with that service error. Abby Eckler will be serving for more Tennessee points. Look at those Tennessee players rise in the middle.
Raven Chase with the good positioning comes away with the block.
Indeed she does, and LSU will take a timeout trailing by 6, trying desperately to reverse course here. This is block number 7 coming for Tennessee. The Lady Vols have outblocked LSU 7-2. That was Lovett on the last one, was it not?
It is, and 7.5 for them, 2 for LSU. We talked about how tough Tennessee was on the road this year. They're 10-1. Their only loss coming at number 1, Wisconsin. Again, last year, just 5 out of 15 matches. We took a look at their tournament resume. The most recent bracketology has the Lady Vols and Arkansas as a 3 seed in the NCAA tournament. The RPI, top 10, number 7 in the country, and their strength of schedule, pretty respectable as well in the top 35. Their numbers, though, against the RPI top 25, 3-3. They've got some pretty pivotal matches coming up. They'll finish at Texas A&M later this weekend, and then they'll host Mississippi State on the 22nd and finish at South Carolina, where LSU just won. You talked with Coach Rackham-Watt. You were on the call, and when you asked her about, is this a team that should go deep in the postseason, she didn't blink.
No, I asked her not to wince at the question because no coach likes to hear that question, but she said absolutely. And she said, again, she repeated that the leadership and the toughness of the team were the two characteristics that she felt best positioned Tennessee for success in NCAA postseason play.
Coming out of the pandemic season, the Lady Vols have made back-to-back trips to the NCAA tournament, got into the second round 2 seasons ago. And again, with this offense, sky's the limit.
Again, to me, the best thing Tennessee does is start the offense with a good pass. Demps from distance away from the right pin.
Jay Demps picks up a couple of kills here in the third set. She played 3 years at Wisconsin, played in 70 matches, a couple of Final Fours, and helped them win the 21 national championship. She's third on this team in blocks as well. Contributes a lot for LSU since transferring to Baton Rouge. Dotson tried to save that one, but again, too much length at the net. Raven Chase alters a shot. LSU can't answer.
LSU down by 6 in each of the first 3 sets. The Lady Vols have been the first to 20, and they've been able to close out the first 2 sets. They've got a 6-point advantage in what could be the final set. That was touched apparently by LSU. Tanya Johnson, I think, is asking her team, did somebody touch it? And they nodded affirmatively. So no need to waste a challenge. Demps again. Was that wide? Yes, it was. Good idea, but a little too much on the angle. And Tennessee inexorably closing in on 25. Let's quickly check some other SEC scores. Georgia defeated South Carolina in 4 sets, and Florida beat Missouri in 3 sets. Those are the only 2 other finals from the SEC. Point LSU, that strike is too long from Lovett. So South Carolina losing in 4 sets to Georgia. The Bulldogs victorious, and so are the Gators, a 3-set victory over Missouri. Tennessee 2 points away.
Another look here from the net cam on Woosie and Dotson. Can't send that back off of Chase's offering.
Lovett serving. Another block by Tennessee. People rising in the middle and putting up a barricade. And here we go. Match point, 24-15. Set number 3. That sails long. Dodson will serve, but LSU needs 8 consecutive points to extend the match.
8 service errors for the Lady Vols, 8 aces as well.
3 players in double-figure kills for Tennessee. Chase 11, Fingal, and Moore have 10 each. And we play on. There's one of the 8. That sails in. It got down right on the baseline. That one was hanging in the air. It looked like it might sail a little bit long, and we're going to have a challenge here, I think.
Interesting that this challenge could give the match to Tennessee if that ball finishes long past the back line.
Well, James Landry, I think, made this call, and he's got a good look at it. That's in. It appeared from that angle.
Obscured there by Fingal. No?
I think that's in. Both looks, I believe, verified the call. And the official was in perfect position to make that decision. It will go to point LSU. But now 6 in a row need to be scored by the Tigers. That is off of Carmichael, and that will bring us to the end of this match. Tennessee has won 15 of its 25 matches this year by 3-0 scores, and this was another one today, as it never really relented to let LSU have a legitimate chance at pulling off an upset.
That's their 8th sweep in SEC play this season, and that offense was unrelenting. Coach Rackham-Watt told us how tough her team is on the road. That's now 9 wins in a row away from Thompson-Boling. Congratulations to the Lady Vols, who improved to 13-2 in Southeastern Conference play.
They've won 6 straight matches. They haven't lost in a month. They'll go on to Texas A&M as we get closer to the end of the regular season. So that wraps it up for Garrett Walford. I'm Lynn Rollins. Tennessee came to Baton Rouge and did what it wanted to do. It won in 3 sets. So Tennessee in Pat Summitt blue tonight takes care of business, 25-18, 25-22, and 25-18. Thank you for watching from Baton Rouge. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.